Imagine waking up to the serene hush of your lakeside cabin, only to find your prized fishing boat slashed and drifting like a discarded toy in the water. That's the nightmare I plunged into in Whispering Pines Estates, a so-called paradise where the air reeks of pine and petty power plays. But oh, the sweet irony when the HOA Queen's iron fist turned into a clown's glove, unraveling her empire one moo at a time. I poured my savings into that rickety A-frame cabin for one thing: peace. After years crunching numbers on land surveys in a soul-sucking office, I craved the dock solitude, where I could tie up my humble inflatable boat and float away from the world's BS. Whispering Pines promised tranquility, but it delivered a suffocating web of HOA rules, enforced by none other than Barbara the Baroness Wilkins, the self-appointed guardian of community standards. She waddled through the neighborhood like royalty, her clipboard a scepter, preaching about elevated living while her own lawn screamed neglect. The trouble started with a neon violation slip slapped on my door at dawn. Unauthorized vessel on communal waters, it read, demanding $400 or removal. I stared at it, coffee spilling down my shirt, thinking it was a prank. My dock, the one deeded to me since the Nixon era? I grabbed my old property map and stormed out. But there she was, Barbara, peering at my boat like it offended her ancestors. "Dear," she cooed, her voice dripping fake honey, "this rubber raft clashes with our aesthetic palette. We've maintained this dock for years, it's ours now. Think of the property values." I thrust the survey under her nose. "Maintained without asking? That's your gift, not my giveaway. Get off my land." She smiled that thin, venomous smile. "Non-compliance has consequences. Honey, we maintain order here." As she clicked away in her sensible pumps, rumors swirled, neighbors whispering I was a slob squatter trashing the vibe. I bit my tongue, watching, waiting. It escalated fast. 3 nights later, my boat vanished, lines cut clean as a surgeon's incision. I paddled out in my kayak, fury boiling, and found it deflated with a deliberate gash. Vandalism, plain and ugly. Whispers turned to outright gossip. That guy's boat probably sank from his own trashy upkeep. Barbara fueled it at the community barbecue, sighing dramatically. "Some folks just don't respect shared spaces. It's heartbreaking." I patched the boat, but inside, I seethed. Drawing on my land expertise, I hid a GPS tracker in the hull, chained it down, and played the long game. Sure enough, at 1 a.m., the tracker pinged, heading straight to the HOA's prized Serenity Pond, Barbara's vanity project of fountains and fancy fish, funded by our dues. The climb intensified when I retrieved my boat from her pond's edge, tracker logs in hand. Old Mrs. Hargrove, a weary retiree, confided over fence-lined beers. She ran the Patels out last year over unapproved flower colors. Fines piled up till they fled. That pond, rumor is, HOA's squatting on county land. I dug deep at the records office with a journalist pal, uncovering the gem. The pond was untitled wetland, zoned for agriculture, seized for taxes decades ago, up for grabs at $35,000. With a loan from Hargrove, who despised Barbara with every arthritic bone, I snapped it up. "How's that for order?" I muttered, plotting the reversal. The peak hit like a storm. Dawn broke as I unleashed chaos, ripped out the fountains, uprooted the manicured reeds, rehomed the overpriced koi humanely. Then came the cows, 10 bellowing beasts from a farmer buddy, turning the pond into a glorious muck fest. They wallowed joyfully, fertilizing what Barbara called our sacred retreat. Her SUV screeched up, and she tumbled out, face purple with rage. "This is sabotage. You can't defile our gem with barnyard filth," she shrieked, waving her binder. I leaned on my new fence, deed flapping. "Actually, Barb. It's my farm now. County says livestock mandatory. You're welcome for the eco upgrade. She dialed the cops, blubbering about assault on elegance, but the officer chuckled at the zoning proof. Ma'am, unless those cows jaywalk. It's legal, the neighborhood watched, snickering behind hands. In the end, the viral video of Barbara's meltdown, "We deserve refinement, not this peasant slop," sparked an audit. Turns out, she'd siphoned dues for pond upkeep straight to her spa getaways. Arrested in pearls, she glared as cuffs clicked. My mud pit bloomed into a thriving wetland, frogs croaking triumphantly where her chemicals once killed. Neighbors picnicked by the cows, dues slashed, freedom restored. Serenity? Finally real. But was turning her pond into cow heaven justice? Or just delicious spite? Did I liberate the neighborhood? Or swap one mess for a mooing one? You tell me, who's the real villain here?